Okay. If you made this means organization and you are not satisfied with the name of this organization, from this end also you can change the name of your organization. You have to first go to your organizations. Okay, you have to first go to your organization setting, and on this organization setting, this is your name, Kunal CU. This is your URL. This is you can include URL, description, time zone, even this everything you can do. If you want to delete your organization, you are getting button here of delete. Okay, or if you want to change the name, you can include your change here, and you have to say save. Okay, like I already gave Krunal 3 CUs. If I want to include again more, one more CU, like 4 CUs with capital last one. So what I will say save. When I will say save, so it will ask me again, retype your that organization name which you want to update. So I am giving here that same name which I want to update, and that is the Kunal CU, and one is capital CU. Okay, and now I will, no, that is not validated. What is mistake? Kunal CU, and one is capital. I am not check this one. Okay, means you can change the name of your organization. Whatever you are giving here, same you have to do here and then save. So your name of that organization will be changed, and that will be updated to you. That will be updated to you here. Okay. So like this, you can make a change of your organization. After getting into the organization, what is the next role? Next role is to create a project. Now I'm giving the name of project here, like Yogesh. I give the name of my project and description. Who is attending? Aishwarya. She's attending today's class. So I'm giving her name here in description. And after that, he's asking me, this project should be public or private. If I will make that public, it is accessible and it is everything is copied, the code and everything, resources by everyone. Okay, so this thing is possible whenever I'm selecting public, but I'm making this project private. Okay, so whatever means a authenticated person I will add, that is only able to access, or that is only can able to work on my project. So I made my project private, and after this you are getting a advance. When I will click on advance, he will ask me for my version control, and in Microsoft Azure you are getting two version controls. One is Git and one is a Team Foundation version control. That Team Foundation version control is nothing but a TFAS, and that was a old version controller. Now no one is using that. Everyone is going with Git, so always select with Git, and then you are getting here processes. And how many processes you are getting here? You are getting these 4 processes: Agile, Basic, CMMI, Scrum. This CMMI and Basic, these are old processes, means those are used in waterfall software development life cycle. Now everyone is going with either Agile or Scrum. In most of the businesses, everyone is going with Scrum, and Agile is also in many times we are using, but in business for business purpose, people are going with Scrum. So like I will select here one Scrum, that is my work item process, and then I will say create a project. So under this organization, Kunal CU, one project will be created, and the name of that project is page not found. Mhm. Okay. So see that same Yogesh, the name of project. and I give here details of that is created. Here also you are getting organization setting because you are under only organization. When you will click on Yogesh, you will go into the this project, and now you can see here project setting. You can able to change this project settings from this tab here. So right now I'm clicking on this project setting, and there are many more things here. Whenever we will actually implement any project, that type we will discuss that. But I want to tell you, this is your dashboard of that project setting, and hence on here you can delete your project if you want. If you can delete your project while clicking here, or if you want to change the name of your project, like Yogesh DevOps. You want to change the name of project to this. Okay, so you have to say save, and you have to again Yogesh DevOps, I understand, and click on save. So what, your name of project is now updating, and that is updated, and now you got the name here Yogesh DevOps. And see, this particular your URL also change. You are in dev.azure.com in Kunal CU organization in Yogesh DevOps. Here we changed. Okay, so our task is done. You can navigate here. If you want to go to your organization, you can click here. So you will go to your organization. If you want to go to your project, okay, you can click here. If you want to go, means here you are listing. If you will click here, you can able to see your all three organization. And I just made one under this. Okay, now I will go under this Yogesh DevOps. Okay, now I'm here, and now we will discuss what is this overview, summary, dashboard, wiki, boards, repos, pipelines, and this everything. Okay, so overview. First, when you will click on the overview, so what, you are getting the details under your Yogesh project. You can go with boards, repos, pipeline, test plan, artifacts, which all these are already listed here. So this is only giving you the overview. If you will click on summary, if you will click on summary, so this summary, dashboard, wiki, even boards, these everything giving you information, and this board is the first part of our that Microsoft Azure, and this board, this is handled by your project manager or your team leader, who will give you task what to do. So whatever task he will give you, he will notify you are that all tasks and everything under this board section. We have here work item, boards, backlogs, sprints, queues, and this delivery plan. He will give this everything under this. This is not miss, you should have a knowledge of this. You should have a knowledge of these contents. That's why I will give you the details of this in tomorrow's lecture, maybe. But this you will not actually work on boards, because while developing one project, not single person is working. While developing one project, we need many more DevOps engineer. So might be that board content is related to your project manager or your team leader, who will give you task, and he will fill the all details, how to do and what the project is, what is the requirement, and how should we go ahead. Everything he will give you with this. Okay, And repos, everyone knows that repos, when we are using repos, we are using repos when we want to means give your any code. For example, now I'm giving one code here, like hello world. Now first I'm going to Google, and let me click here github.com, and after going to this github.com, I will check the codings for hello world. Hello, one Java project we will search hello world. Okay, this is that project hello world. So I would like to search the contents on this hello world project. And here, if you will see, this is a Java project you are getting. Here, everyone is listening to me, getting my voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a hello world. This is your project, and this project is Java. I want a project of Java only. So I will click on this project, and after opening this project, this is the contents of that project. Hello world. That is a simple project only, and here I want to copy my that source code. So first I will clone my code. So first I will copy this URL from here, and I will go to my this one. We are in Kunal CSU under Yogesh. We just made that organization. Even this project I also made. Even I just came to this repo, and after then I will click here on import. When I will click here on import, you can see here this is our Git repository, and under your Git repository, you can clone your URL, which I copied just from GitHub. So now I pasted it here, and now I will import that code here. So now that code is importing. Now that code is importing in my this DevOps portal, and we will get everything here, even that imported, and that's why he's saying congratulations, you have that this one, and this is our code. This is our code. This is our code which we imported. Okay, and our output is look like this. So this is our code which we means imported from there. Now you means you are mostly crazy with this pipeline concepts and everything. So today I will go through this pipeline. So you will be familiar with something. So after then you go with your pipeline, and after going to the pipeline, you can create your pipeline from this tab. So say to create a pipeline, this is your actual work. This creating the pipeline and everything. They are assigning task, and our task is to create a pipeline. And DevOps engineer is working not a whole day. You should have few technical knowledges, and you can earn very good income with the help of this DevOps engineer. Okay. Even today, I will give you one assignment after giving you all details about this. A little assignment, if needed, I will give you for thinking, for processing, and so you will learn more. So now we come to this dashboard of our pipeline. Okay, everyone getting my screen?
Yes, Kunal.
Yeah. So let me settle. Okay. So now here with this pipeline concept. So see here what is written: Azure Repo Git YAML, Bitbucket Code YAML, GitHub YAML, GitHub Enterprise Service YAML. Here YAML is not written, and then use the classic editor to create a pipeline without YAML. Yes, anyone give me the details about this out of you? I'm asking to you.
Ronaldo.
What is this? Define me. I will tell you. First, I want to know how you should know. How you know.
It is basically a versions and the Git where the content will reside. Maybe.
Aishwarya. 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 You are attending class or not? Okay. So this is
Yes, Kunal, I'm attending.
okay. Even in chart,
Sorry,
Yogesh.
I'm traveling, so I couldn't mute
Okay,
myself.
okay. In chat, Yogesh messaged his contact number. So please add him in WhatsApp group.
Sure, yeah, Kunal, I'll do it.
Okay, note down that number. So we have two types of pipeline in our Microsoft Azure DevOps. First one is your classic editor. That is nothing but a GUI based user interface based pipeline, and another is a YAML based. YAML means yet another markup language. What is YAML based? And this pipeline is nothing but scripting based, like HTML and other. You have XML and this all. So similarly here scripting, this is a GUI base. You have to drag and drop and you have to do that everything. So now I already clone a code with my repo. So that code is involved in my this portal. And if you want to make a YAML pipeline with that code, so first we will go with this Azure repo git, first one only. That is the basic. So I am clicking here. And after then here see Yogesh DevOps, I'm getting here. Okay, my project name. When I will click here on my project name, it is analyzing. It is analyzing whatever that code I cloned, it analyze, and he came with this Maven packages, Java project, because he analyzed that project which I cloned there in my repository, that is of Java, and what is a building tool for a Java, that is a Maven. That's why they are suggesting you go with this. You can go with this also, but he is saying that code is here, so you should work this and you should go with this. So that's why we will select this Maven. Now I selected that Maven and see. Now we come to this dashboard, and here this is our scripting. YAML script for creating a new pipeline. Here we are creating a new pipeline. Okay, and what is the scripting for that? This one. This hash maven is your name of your building tool. Even if you will see trigger master, what is a master? Master is a one branch where we are doing this everything. While developing any project, we are going with the branches. So we are in this branch where this branch is nothing but a triggered by this master name. Even we have pools also. If you are Microsoft Azure pipeline pool, if you are user defined pool, so similarly we have pool here, and that is nothing but a VM image Ubuntu latest version. Ubuntu latest version, and might be Ubuntu latest version is like 19.0.4, and this related means remind this Ubuntu latest, because now I am showing you this YAML pipeline, but after giving you all details about this YAML pipeline, next we will go with classical pipeline, and there you will get in numbers of this Ubuntu 19.0.4. But here what is written? Ubuntu latest. So this is nothing but our pool, and this is a scripting. This is a scripting which for hello what I took now. This is for that. And if you can add here many more jobs, you can add here many more tasks. For that you have to click at the bottom. Only click at bottom. Don't press enter or don't give any type of space. Otherwise you will face a problem. Okay. only click on this means last of your that line, and after then you can say show assistant. You can click here, show assistant, and after showing the assistant, means if you are thinking that YAML script is very hard and I don't know the YAML scripting, and for that pipeline purpose I have to learn this YAML script and this. No, you should not learn everything about YAML scripting. You should know the process, how we are writing. Like in HTML, we are first opening, we are then giving heading, then boarding, and then we are closing. So that is somewhat typical. Here we are going more straightforward in single line, and we are defining our each and every items in very simple process as compared to that HTML. I'm especially comparing this XML, this YML with that HTML only, because you are friendly with that HTML code. HTML code is somewhat complicated and somewhat lengthy, but as compared to that HTML code, this YML code is small, simple in one line. No need to open and close again and again. If here you are defining your input output in straightforward, so you have to click on that last one. Okay, and after that you can add many more tasks, and there is a coding for this .NET Core task. There is a coding for this, there is a scripting for this and task. Okay, there is a coding, but here if you will click on this .NET Core, and if you are giving your path like this one, and if you are giving this argument like this one, okay, and if you will say add, see here that script is added, that .NET Core script which we want to use in our this pipeline, that script is added. So this script is distinguished setting and setting. This is your one script, this is your one job, or this is your one task, you can say. This is your one job, this is your one task, you can say. After then, this which I imported now, this .NET Core, this is your another one, and you have to give the parameter values here, and after then you have to add, and automatically that scripting of YAML, they are building and they are giving you that script here. No need to be worried. YAML scripting is hard or no, everything is so simple. Okay, and now you want to add your scripting for this, and you want to use this task in your project. So click here on and they are asking because each task have different parameters. Okay, like I'm giving here a few parameters like this one. Okay, and I give this parameter, and now I'm adding. So see, here is also this script is added. Okay, for that one also, like that you can do for everything, and here for every task they are asking a different parameter. In some cases you have to means giving that options, like you have to select this one or that one, like that you are getting here different, but no need to click here and there. Always click on the last of the line, and then only you can go. And now I want to go with the one copy file. Copy file, where I will get copy file. Yeah, this is a copy file. I want to use this. So I selected here. I am giving my source folder. I am writing my content here. Writing my content here. Even my target folder I gave here, and I will say add. So same script will be added. See, here also that script is added. And so that is nothing but a YAML pipeline. We should know basic and everyday of use. You can learn many more things here also. Even in last, what we will get, there are so much task here. Okay, and what is the benefit of YAML? You know, YAML is nothing but means you can use multiple pipelines in YAML. When you will go with The classic one, there you can only use single pipeline. And now technology change. So many more projects need multiple pipelines. So they are going with YAML. But if you are going with a few simple projects, they are happy with only single pipeline. If you want single pipeline, we can go with that classical one. So in interviews, they're asking you the question, means what is the difference between YAML pipeline and classical pipeline. So if you are going for interview, now you are not much friendly with your YAML code and everything. So you can say, I used YAML pipe, means I use classical pipeline, but I have knowledge of YAML pipeline, that your classical pipeline and your YAML pipeline both have near about same functions and features. But in case of YAML, you can go with the multiple pipelines. But in classical pipeline, you have to go with a single pipeline. You can say this. So these are so much task available here. You have to only click, you have to provide the data, and you have to add, and the same script you will get here. And see, whatever fields are entered, that is not opening and closing there. They are giving that source folder, and they are in that single column, they are giving that content. So they made, means a few, means that YAML script is not lengthy. That is a simple, and that is a short one, and that is a sophisticated one, you can say. Even we Xcode is the one. So I want to select this as code, and I'm giving here the scheme like this, and after that I can add. See, here also that script is added. Nothing is complicated, and nothing is worst here. Everything is so simple and feasible. So with this way, we made a YAML script. You will learn YAML script day by day. This is the process. These are our tasks. This we can do everything. Now we will go towards classical pipeline. We have that code in our repo. Okay, we have that code in our repo. That same code now we will ping with our classical pipeline. For that, first we will go to our that Yogesh DevOps project name. Now I will click here in this Yogesh DevOps. After clicking here on Yogesh DevOps, what I will do, I will go with again pipeline. And after going with pipeline, I am getting the option for creating a pipeline. So I will click here to create a pipeline. And after clicking here on create a pipeline, we are getting the option here. Means in this YAML, you are getting multiple options like Azure Repos, Git. They have again this Bitbucket is one integration tool. Okay, and GitHub Enterprise servers. Even these are not using that YAML one. And here we are getting one tab that is use the classical editor to create a pipeline without YAML. Here we are not using YAML, that is a without YAML. Here we specified use the classic editor to create a pipeline. Before this YAML came into the picture, everyone is going with this classic editor only. But now technology developed, and this classic editor is one option. Even YAML is also one option, and with the help of YAML, you can create a multiple pipelines. Okay, and for big projects, you needed this multiple pipeline. But if you are going with simple and small project, that the use of like classical pipeline is more than enough. In your interview, you are now new, so you can say always, I worked in, my project was in classical editor. I use that pipeline, but I have knowledge of that because these both are same. Nothing is changed. This is a scripting bus, and this is a GUI based. So now I'm clicking here, use the classic editor. No one joined here. Might be everyone is busy with their jobs. Okay, so we came here now. Azure Repo Gateway selected. Even you can go for GitHub, GitHub Enterprise, Subversion, Bitbucket, and other Gits, but we will go with this one only. And our project is Yogesh, and in Yogesh DevOps repos we use, and we are going with the master branch as I told you initially only, and now we will press on continue. So he will take our code, and after going here, our project is a Maven project. But initially, when I give you the demo of this classical pipeline, that time go with the I go with empty project. But now I have my building tool with me, that is a Maven, so I will go with this one. But initially, when I give me show you the demo of this project, that time we went with this empty project, and you knew this empty project if you will click, so you are getting there. But now we have our code is Java, so that's why we will apply this Maven. So first I will say apply, and after clicking here on apply, now Maven is integrated with our project, and Maven needed this one. What that is needed? First one is our First is our pipeline, then we are getting here resources, that is get resource, which is our master branch. This is our agent job. And after selecting this Maven, he took this copy file and public artifact drop. So here also you can add your same jobs and tasks like you added, where in your that YAML pipeline. So for that you have to click here on Maven. Here you have to click maven.xml or agent job, you can say, and we will get here option. Okay, first we will go with this. Okay, what is giving? This is a task version. This is a display name is a maven.form XML. Java project is come with this form.xml, and these are the few details they are giving with that. Even this is for our copy, and this is our publish artifact. Where I'm getting that? Okay, if you want to add any job, you can click on this add task. If you want to add any job, you can click to this plus icon. Okay, and if I will click here on this plus icon, see that same section where which I will get in that YAML, these are also present here. .NET Core, as I told you, this, and here that is everything is a graphical user base. Means if you want to add, you have to only go here and you have to say add, and that is added. That's it. That is added in your that dashboard. If you add this one, you have to add this, and that is added. This is very simple because this is GUI based. Okay. Even you can use many more tools and tasks here. You will not get a script here because this is not a scripting one. If you want to use this one, you can add, and that is added in your this dashboard. So this is the way. This is the way. Even if you will go with this Maven, you are getting here these details as a you. Okay, but if you are going with this copy file, you are getting here this much of details. When we will develop any project, that time you will get everything about this. Now I'm giving you the few information, and here see, you are getting here this much of details. Here we can get our that Yogesh DevOps. If you will click here, you can able to see your that Hello World project. This is your project which you imported. Hello World project which you imported. This is that only. If you will click here, you can say okay. So this is nothing but your classical pipeline. I'm giving you because not much student join. We will wait for today's lecture also, and then we will continue. So this is our classical pipeline, and that is your now. As I told you, have anyone heard about on-premise? You know what is on-premise? Hello,
Yes, Purnam.
what is on-premise? Tell me.
It's your own data center that is called as an on-premises.
Okay. Yes, Aishwarya, what is on-premise? Listening to the lecture?
Yes, Pranam, I'm listening.
What is on-premise?
It's a company's own data center, which is like in your premise.
Like if you will go to here on Google, if you will go to Google and if I will write here Azure DevOps, if I will write here Azure DevOps, so see we are getting this link here, first link only Azure DevOps, and after going here to Azure DevOps, you can see here we are getting pricing. If I will click here on pricing, if I will click here on pricing, see here are two things. One is Azure DevOps Services and one is Azure DevOps Server, which I explained you just now. This everything. This everything is nothing but a this everything is nothing but a what? Tell me.
Service.
This
It is a
nothing but
service.
a Azure DevOps services. But if you want to migrate or if you want to means work with a on-premise, that time you are going with a Azure DevOps server. And this for Azure DevOps server, you can't get it like this with the help of your means you should have a license copy for that. See it, Azure DevOps Service 2019 license means with Azure DevOps Server 2019 you can either pay month to month through your Azure or you can buy the classic software license which requires the 3 years of commitment, and buying through the Azure provides the works and this everything. So if you want to go with your this Azure DevOps server, you have to deploy one server and over that you can use this Azure DevOps server. And this is for on-premises, this is for your client side. Okay, and we are now going with these Azure DevOps services only. But I will give you assignments. I will give you assignments for Azure DevOps server, and that is this portal for this Azure DevOps server and for this Azure DevOps services and server is the same. Okay, but you can start here free. You can means like I'm showing you the dashboard and everything. You can do that free of cost, you can do that. But with the help of this Azure DevOps server, if you will go with Azure DevOps server, first you have to buy the license, and I will force you with what you will do. I don't know, but I will force you to buy that license copy, and I will guide you theoretically, and you have to search the contents on Google, and you have to take a knowledge on this Azure DevOps. I will let you know about this all Azure DevOps services, and I will guide you theoretically about this Azure DevOps servers, and I will get feedback from your side because 2 days of lecture, Saturday, Sunday, you are getting 5 days. So 5 days you work something, only then you will be a very prompt. And if you are going with Azure DevOps server, now most of the companies are migrating their infrastructure of on-premises to cloud. For that thing, for that thing, they are using, for that thing, they are using this one. What? For that thing, they are using Azure Migrate. Azure Migrate is one service which you will get in your Azure portal. If you will go to the Azure portal, if you will go to the Azure portal, Azure Migrate, you have to search in search box Azure Migrate, and if you will click on this Azure Migrate, that is open. Okay, and here with the help of this Azure Migrate tool, you can migrate your on-premises cloud to your Azure cloud. On-premises cloud means you have one company, you have their hardware, you bought the many more servers of Microsoft Azure, and you are doing all work there. And now you thought you are means again you want to upgrade that because you needed you got heavy. You you want to migrate and you are not interested to invest in your hardware buying resources and this everything. So best way is to migrate to your Microsoft Azure cloud. And for that, Microsoft is giving you platform, which is that is nothing but Microsoft Azure Express or Microsoft VPN, side-to-side VPN. With the help of that, you can migrate your that all on premises to your Microsoft cloud, and there you have to use few virtual machines with this, and you can run that everything there only. And this everything is categorized in this our Microsoft Azure portal. But if you will think about our this DevOps portal, here migration definition is different. Like before, companies are using means manual works. Okay, if any company build their project with many more manual work, and now if they want to automate, now they want to automate. So automation they will get in DevOps portal only, and this pipeline concept with the help of that YAML, which we learned today only, that gave them opportunity of YAML means automation. So we what we will do, that manual work we will automate. That is nothing but the concept of migration in case of DevOps. So we will work with that, and I will give you every details according to them only. Yogesh and Aishwarya, hello.
Yes, Kunal.
Yes, Kunal.
My throat is getting so heavy. Might be I have infection, throat infection. So I'm not comfortable today to continue my lecture. So we will meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. And even I will wait for more students also there. Even my throat is infected, so I'm getting heavy. So now I'm stopping the session here only, and we will connect at same 10 a.m. And I will give you assignments tomorrow. We will use one another tool, Octopus. You heard anyone about Octopus?
No.
Octopus. Anyone heard about Octopus?
No, Kunal.
Octopus is just like your Jenkins, like your Azure pipeline. Octopus is one we can means create our CI/CD pipelines with the help of Octopus. Octopus is the same one tool for giving you that CI/CD process. But here everything is so sophisticated. That is one deploy tool. I will give you few details about that tomorrow. Today my throat is getting so heavy. So now we are stopping here, and you mentioned the mobile number. You mentioned na his mobile number.
Yes, Krunal.
Now I'm stopping the recording and ending the session.